First of all, welcome everyone. So glad you take the time to join us on this beautiful Saturday morning, 1 o'clock for you all back east. So thanks for taking the time to being here. And we just love doing this and being part of the team and always trying to highlight different leaders on our team, on your team. You know, when Lucy and I say love team, our team, well, your team is a major part of whatever the name of your team is. And everybody, as you develop, probably want to create your own team name because that's what leaders feel free to do that. So, we're all part of the same vision and mission. And I don't know, I'm always honored that we can be involved with sharing sometimes it slips me when I think about the superfoods that we're offering in a time when most of people in our society are starving to death from eating. They're not even eating food anymore. So we're doing such a great mission here with how we're supporting and sharing the vision with people about getting healthier, creating a residual income through this Purium economy. And to give you an idea, we hadn't seen Amy in like a year and a half. So Lucy and I called Amy and said, "Hey, let's have dinner. We all want to let's go out and meet somewhere for dinner. And we're going to invite Ra and Seema with us to join us. And let's have a little dinner." And we went to this great little restaurant in Long Beach. And Seema had to do a presentation, so she couldn't make it. But Ra, Lucy, and I had a great evening with just hanging out with Amy and just chatting and getting reacquainted and giving her a big hug and all the hard work she's been doing for the last year and a half during this pandemic. And where we're sitting there having dinner, Ross suggested, "Hey, why don't we have a $500 pack that would be really great for people to join our business and get a lot more BV in the deal and more product and a special offer, all kinds of stuff like that." And Amy, she thought it was a great idea to get a pack around $500. So I'm gonna let Ra share with you, because he was the one that sort of came up with this. And so Ra, what went on there? What's going on with this pack?
Hey everyone. So Seema and I and a few members of our team, we're part of we're getting trained, and through that training we get mentored by a different millionaire in network marketing every single week. So that means that they make $1 million a year. And we started noticing that a lot of these other companies have more expensive packages to enroll. We hear people talking about $800 to enroll, $1,200 to enroll. And so I suggested that we should at least have something a little bit more expensive, because what that's going to do is going to allow us to enroll people with a more expensive pack so that they get to try more products, and we can duplicate more points into our organization, which means that we can start duplicating Fast Start directors very quickly, pretty much as quick as we would normally duplicate a Fast Start consultant. And so, like Michael said, we met with Amy and talked about it, went over some details and let them decide what to do. And 2 weeks later, they came up with the package. I think it was 2 to 3 weeks later, they're announcing a package that costs $520-ish. And what this pack does is it gives us a package that's worth 350 points to customers and 400 points to brand partners that enroll. So if you guys look at this pack, which you can't really see on the screen right now, can we see it?
Let me see if it, hold on,
the package, I'll just talk about what it could mean for business first, and then I'll just really, I know we got a lot to cover. I'll just go over why this could be a benefit to us. So number one, this allows us to talk about people making $700-800 in their first week, as opposed to an extra $100 for Fast Start consultant, right? Because it's kind of not too inspiring for people to work an entire week or to think about working a week to get Fast Start Consultant. And so with this package of 400 point enrollment, for myself personally, there's no other package I'm going to enroll brand partners with.
Want to
It's the
listen to this
same.
call when we get there?
It's same thing when we remember when there's a core 4 and the
Pretty much.
ULT. Is can we mute
Yes.
everybody and then I'll unmute myself?
Yes, got it.
Okay, so if we only enroll people with this pack, that means that if someone, like you start the chain reaction, you enroll somebody with this pack, they're going to enroll every other person in their downline with this pack. So even though most of us didn't get enrolled with this pack, some of us remember the time when we only could enroll with a $500 purchase. That's how I enrolled. And that's how the times when I enrolled it was. So if we enroll with 400 points and then we duplicate that 3 times in a week, which is the goal, right? It's the UBT. So if we get a UBT in one of the first weeks after one of our brand partners enroll, they're going to have this package, which is 400 points plus 3 other enrollments of 400 points. Are you guys following me? So that's what we want to be talking to people about in terms of business. We want to be talking about, this is what the goal is. Do you know 3 people that can consume these foods and are interested in getting paid to do the same thing? If everyone just knows 3 people, it's the classic network marketing story. They can hit Fast Start Director in a week or 2. And the way that they do that is they enroll the 3 people. 3 times 400 is 1,200, plus the 400 that they enrolled with is 1,600, plus the UBT is 2,100, right? 1,600 plus 500 is 2,100, plus 2 weeks of widen your reach brings you at 2,498. They need 2 more points to hit Fast Start Director in, as long as they get the UBT. So this allows us to have more of a business conversation, because with Fast Start Consultant and Director within a week or maybe 2, and then duplicating that the next week, they can make $700-800 in their first week, maybe $3,000, $4,000 their first month if they get to Fast Start Executive and they can duplicate this Fast Start Director. So it'll just allow, and it's good to bring it up on this call because Yancey's going to talk about business, but it's hard to talk about business if the first thing we're talking about is earning an extra 100. What this also does, if you guys look at the amount of the amount of products, it gives new brand partners products. Lucy, can we pull that up one more time? It gives new brand partners products to try. Some of the people on this call might not have ever tried Cocoa Hydrate or Aloe Digest. Michael and Lucy gifted me one. That was the first time I ever tried Cocoa Hydrate is because they gifted me it. But these are products that we have that are addicting. Cocoa Hydrate, Aloe Digest, can't beat this. These things don't come with the normal ULT. Now new brand partners will have all of these consumable drinks that, number one, they can give to people if they come over their house. They can give it to their brother, their sister, their mom, their dad, and show them how good some of this stuff tastes. And they'll have a pantry full of this stuff that they can then recommend based on their experience. Also, this is what most of us who are doing very well and can afford, like basically are living the Purium lifestyle. This is what we're taking on a monthly basis. None of us are really on a 50-point order. So we really want to be duplicating this as a smart order every single month. But I'll leave it there. This is very smart for us to do. This also makes the ULT, you can fall back on the ULT purchase for brand partner enrollment if you start with this. So my advice would be everyone start to enroll brand partners with this. If you get some price objections that you can't get over, then you can fall back to the ULT, and that'll make that seem like a more pleasant option for those that don't have the money.
Yeah, so this is where, so as Ra's saying, y'all, in that pack, you're getting 4 packets of pouches of the Apple Berry Power Shake, an extra amino. So now you're getting 3 super aminos, 2 apothecaries, 2 biomedics, 1 super cleanse, 1 MVP vanilla sport, which is also an amazing protein shake, the most vegan protein in a shake. One chocolate MVP, one can't beat this, a whole jar of it, plus 10 servings of the Aloe Digest Cocoa Hydrate. If you've never done the Super Xanthan is an amazing formula for it. Just for me, it improved my eyes over a 3 or 4 month period. My eyes improved probably 10-15%. One stainless steel blender bottle. So again, you get 350 BV, that 50 qualifying volume with the complimentary business pack, and altogether 400 volume that you're going to be able to duplicate. So thanks, Ra, for sharing. Ra, you want to put a closing comment on that?
Someone just asked if it's a 60-day pack. No, guys, this is a 30-day package. This is basically a ULT plus some extra drinks a day, a protein shake. You get to take 15 aminos a day as opposed to 10. And if you are working out, you get some pre-workout. If you're not working out, you get some coffee replacement. And then there's a super antioxidant as well. So this is a 30-day package. It looks bigger than what we know of as a 30-day package, but this is all stuff that we get to reorganize our reality around. And this also makes it so that your new brand partners are going to be invested a little bit more than $300. They're going to be $500 invested, which means they're going to be a little bit more hungry to make that money back. And that's what we can use. We can use this to help make them make their money back.
Fantastic. Thank you, Ra, for clarifying all of that. And thanks for suggesting that to Amy, that we create a pack where people can get to, just think it, you get to Fast Start Director, you can show people how to get to there again. If people are coming into Purium to make money, that means they want to hear what the formula is to be successful and to get there as fast as possible. So duplicating a $400 pack, 400 BV pack, is really quite a step in the right direction. As Ross said, there's companies that, 2,000, 3,000, 500, 900 to start your launch your business in a lot of these companies. So thanks again, Ra. So Lucy, any other comments before I introduce Yancy? Okay, everyone. So, the great thing about this business is you always meet new people that you've never met before that show up on one of your calls, and you hear new exciting ideas, and you really feel the presence of, like, everyone on this call that has an attitude about success, that has an attitude about knowing that their business is going to grow. And I was very impressed when I met Yancy when he first got on the calls. He had a real challenge with he can explain it to you, with a health challenge that Purium helped him tremendously with. And then he looked at the business and he just said, wow, I think I can really run with this. And Yancy's been a successful real estate agent out under the Grand Tetons in Jackson Hole, Wyoming. And he's worked his way up there, selling real estate, starting out as carrying as he said, I was carrying the water buckets for all the real estate people until he started figuring it out. And now he's one of the most successful guys there in town. And he's looking at Purium and going, man, I love this culture. I love this style. I love how it flows. And I get to help people, really help people. So I've been impressed with his attitude, his composure, his presence, of how he just knows he's going to be successful. And as a matter of fact, I remember when he first enrolled, he said, well, I've got about 12 months to hit Crown, so I got to get busy. So he thought about Crown as his major goal right out the door. So I just really great to have Yancy. He's been on a lot of the calls and listening in, and he hit Diamond, I think, last month and month before. So he's growing and teaching his team. So Yancy, how's everything out there in Jackson Hole?
Oh, it's good. It's Jackson's pretty laid back. However, all those people starting fires in Oregon and California and Idaho, it's all settling in our valley. So I might sound like I have a smoker's cough. So I apologize if I have to take a second to regroup. But anyways, glad to be here, guys. And as far as what Mike was saying about me, I don't know. I don't remember saying any of that stuff. So I think he's making a lot of that up. So I don't remember that. I think most of you are a bunch of jerks. No, you guys are a good crew. He's absolutely right. Michael, do you want me to run with this now? Or the intro's over? Are we good?
You do your thing, brother.
All right. Well, first of all, hey, love to all you guys. And Michael, thanks. You know the routine. This is Michael's crew. I'm assuming everybody on these things are your pretty much in your downline or success team. Is that correct?
Yeah, this is the love team.
So yeah, so the love team. All right. So yeah, so you guys know all about the love then, and I'm probably one of the newer guys to feel it. So thank you for sharing it, and all of you for just being kind to me as I'm learning these little tricks that you guys are.
Recording in progress.
Already mastered. Whoops. All right. So I guess what were we talking? What do you want me to talk about today, Michael? I can't remember.
Well, I want you to talk about why you believe in this duplication and what you're doing in your duplication. A little bit about how you teach your team to get leads.
Okay, perfect. Got it. All right, piece of cake. Here we go. Well, those of you that are high up on the levels know how this job is. It's duplication, and it's pretty easy. This might be actually the easiest job I've ever had. McDonald's was actually harder than this job. Learning how to make fries when I was 14 was harder than selling Purium, because apparently people are in need of this good quality product, and it's not hard to find somebody who's out of shape in America or in need of any kind of help, which I needed help. So 2 years ago, I struggled. I had some issues and swallowed up some Purium. 4 days later, 2 years of medication out the door. And 1 week later, I decided I needed to jump in. So that's my backstory on. I was not feeling 100%, and now I'm feeling phenomenal. Business. So I lead this with business. I think, what is it? We all need to sell product, correct? So the only way that I see to guarantee myself selling product is to sign up a brand partner, because they have to buy product every month if they want to stay in business. So brand partners are where I'm at. I know there's a mathematical equation about getting somebody involved as a customer at first, and then your pay cut is a little bit bigger. I'm not here about money. I'm here about helping as many people as I possibly can. The money will be a side point for me. That'll just be a bonus. So what I do is, who's newest in this group, as far as, or who's relatively young that would like to play with me for a minute? Anybody? Michael, you can pick on somebody if they're willing. Raise your hand. He could see you, and then I would love to have you on for just a quick second.
All right. Hey, what about? I would say, what about? I don't know. How about JP? JP's been around a little bit. Somebody jump in and play with Yancey. AJ, jump in there.
What's up,
they
Yancey?
can't, they can't be in my group.
Okay. AJ's in your group?
Yeah.
How about JP?
How about we get Oscar or Gwen on there?
Okay. Jump on there. Gwen, jump in there if you feel like.
Hello.
Hi, Gwen. How are you? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, it's a pleasure.
I'm outside. Let me just get to a good area.
This is a perfect area. It's a great example. Make it loud and noisy. It's fine, because I just want to show you also, it'll be a great example that you can do this job anywhere, under any sort. I could crawl under the bed right now and have this conversation with you and still produce business. So what I want to get at is, so Gwen, tell me just a little bit about yourself, because I don't know you. Just something quick.
Okay. I'm from Plainville, Massachusetts. I'm somebody who wants to help as many people as I can get healthy, so they can live as good as they can.
Oh, that's excellent. I'm happy to hear that. Tell me, what are like the two things that you want to get out of your next business adventure that you're doing?
Connect with a lot of like-minded people, and raise consciousness.
Oh, perfect. Okay, so connect with like-minded people and raise consciousness.
Yes.
Okay, so that's all I do. That's the end of my entire. I just ask somebody what they want out of their next business, and now all I do is focus on sharing with how we can connect with as many people and help them, create the help. Those two things. And most people is time and freedom, which we also all know that this can be done with, you know, with a little bit of effort. And I just listen. In this case, I got to talk a little bit because we're kind of teaching a little bit, but I lead with the business. So I would follow up and start sharing about Purium's business opportunity that allows her to reach out. And for an example, like she wanted to touch a lot of people. So, you know, with this product, you know, and I don't go into it usually right here. I will now set the appointment for the follow-up. Say, hey, listen, you know, if you got a few moments down the road, I'd love to set up a quick call and just talk with you about this and dig deeper into it. So that way also, when you're new and you don't have all the answers, you can set the appointment for a couple of days later to follow up, and or whatever's convenient. If it's there and somebody you know right here and there and you can dive into it and you're comfortable, you can. But this will also buy you time. For my new people, it buys them time to do just a quick little research, call up your upline, call Michael, call anybody. So when you're new, you don't have all the tools. But the great news is that you're actually in Ace Hardware right now. If you're in Purium, you're standing inside a hardware store that has every single tool you need. And that's your upline. So that's where you ask for help. And you go and you do it, and then you can reach out to your friend or if it's a stranger, whoever, and you can go right into the business opportunity about those two topics and I always ask too, because here's the deal. If you can get over their objections, and they'll give them to you, don't ask for 20, they'll give you 20. You just want their two most important things. And what I did was I asked about their next business adventure. So I put it in their mind, like everybody hates their job for the most part. If you go across America, they're already thinking about where they want to go work. So, you know, if you ask 10 people, most likely 8 of them are going to tell you the two things that they want out of their next bit. And what you've done is you planted the seed that they're going to have and build the confidence in their subconscious that they're going to have a next business and not just go work for someone else. And then I dive right into the two things that will touch them the most in that follow-up call. And then we're off to the races. And if they have any other objections, and objections are just unanswered questions, you know, whether they say pyramid, this, that, whatever, you know, that there's about 5 common things and it's always the same, and you can address them. And you just kind of have that laid out, reach your upline. They'll tell you all about it because they've been doing it for forever. So they'll just tell you how to handle it right away. So that's it. And then I go right for I offer the business opportunity, whether they're going. Now I know some people are like, hey, I want these top producers. I'm going to build a crazy team. You know, that's one way to go about it. I believe just, you know, anybody that wants to have a chance, I'm here to help as many people. If all they did was connect with one fast start and then they quit, at least I help them get a fast start. If they go and they build a full-on leg and become rock stars, then we help them with that. And just think, each person's going to reach out to people because that's the first thing you're going to teach. So that's what I would also be explaining to Gwen about how she can reach out and touch people. A lot of people are worried about how they're going to get leads. So Gwen, are you still there with me?
Yes, I'm here.
What do you like to do for fun?
I like to hike, learn about a lot of different things.
Okay, so you like to learn things. Okay, and you like to hike.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
We'll just take those two things. I can build your entire business off of hiking and learning things. And what you do is you just learn to create, you know, leads at will. So I would send you off hiking. I have somebody in my group who loves to hike, so that's all he does. And he's building a business off of hiking. And what you do is you just share. And I'm sure everybody's talked about this. So I lead with the business opportunity for people, knowing that if they join the business, product's going to sell. If they join the business, they're going to sell product to people underneath them who want to get into the business. So there's why I lead. Now I jumped right into this and I can sell. So I jumped right in and started selling a ton of product. Money was coming in at a higher level. And I had to hit the brakes because I realized that I can just create brand partners and sell product and throw it under everybody, but my team wasn't learning. So I hit the brakes this month, and I have, by the end of the month, I'll have over 30 people that want to be brand partners that I'm not even allowing in right now, because I made a promise to my team underneath me that I have got to make sure they know how to do this first and duplicate. So I can tell you for a fact, it's super easy. I can promise you it's super easy to just ask people this question. And it is, what are the 2 things you want out of your next business opportunity? If they're happy where they're at in life and killing it, they'll just tell you they don't want another business opportunity. Then that's fine. And then I ask them about their wife or who do they know? And so it'll lead to anything. So there's never it's never a dead end. So if they want in, I also ask them who their friends are that want to have, that I should reach out to, or we should reach out to. But that's all I ask are that one question, and I listen and I answer it, and then we move forward. That's it. Now, on a side note, here's what everybody's got to do to succeed at this. You have to be positive. You'll never set an appointment if you're a negative. You might with another negative person, which is fine. And to be honest with you, negative people can make money. Anyone can make money in this business. This is actually super easy. So I can't say that negative people won't make money, but I have found in practice, you have to be positive to really progress. Purium is based on health, a positive reaction to your body by putting in proper food, nutrition. So it's all on this positive base. So you have to be positive. Most people can do it. If you're struggling with it, reach out. We'll find ways to get you happy and feeling positive about life, but it doesn't have to stop you. If you hate the world, it's okay. We can still help you make money and help people. But you have to be positive about hating the world. Okay. You see what I'm saying? So I want you to, if you want to be negative, we're going to be really focused on you being positive about being negative, and it'll wash out. The second one is persistent. This is where everyone that isn't upper levels, that hasn't been progressing and going forward, struggles. Persistent. Most people struggle with being persistent. So you have to be positive and you have to be persistent. The next one is patient. So you have to be positive, persistent, and patient. And then the final one is ask for help. And everybody that's here is doing that. We're learning from one another and everything to that nature. And you got a great group here. So stay positive, be persistent, be patient, and ask for help. That's it.
So Yancey, if you ask me that, so if you ask that question, what are the 2 things you want next in your next business? It's that simple of a question.
That's it.
Okay, so what ask me that.
Hey, Michael, how are you? Good to see you. Let me ask a quick question. What are the 2 most important things in your next business?
Well, I would love to be able to not have a ceiling on this weekly paycheck that I make, and have more opportunity, because I'm in a corporate job and it's only pay so much. And I'd like to be able to spend more time with my family, my wife, and travel and have some freedom instead of my 2 weeks a year.
All right. So again, okay, now I know we're role playing, but I'll interrupt real quick. Those are the top 2 things everybody says. Basically what you said is more money and time. So, and Michael already knows this because I go over this with him. What I'll do is after, I usually like to set the appointment for 2 days later. Hey, Michael, okay, listen, I'll tell you what, I'll go back to role play. Okay, Michael, so what I'm hearing you say is that if you can make more money than you currently are and have more time with your family, that you'd be open to another business adventure. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Listen, I want to share with you a few things. And this is, because Michael and I know each other and we're on a computer, but normally I would set the appointment to where I can get on the computer. And Michael, I know what you want to do. You want to pull up the compensation plan, right?
Okay, I'll do it right now.
Okay. So back to role playing. Michael, tell me, so what are you currently making? What's your situation? If you don't mind me asking, what are you making a week? Because that was the number one thing that was the most important for you.
I'm making $4,000 a week.
Okay. Man, you're doing a good job. So $4,000 a week times 4 is 16. You need to be about 16 grand a month.
Yeah, but I want to make more.
No, I understand that completely, and bear with me because I did not have my calculator handy, but I'm going to type it in real quick. So tell me, or maybe you know, maybe you've already figured it out. Most people already have. So Michael, tell me what is that? What does that come out to a year?
It comes out to about, we'll say, it's not always 3,000. It's let's just say 140,000 a year I'm making.
Okay, yeah, my calculator said about 192,000 at 16,000 a month times 12. So you're just under 200 grand.
Okay.
So, you know, just in the history of what we have going on here, and I always go to the low number. You know, I'm over here on the compensation plan. I'm talking to everybody else now. I'm not role playing. So I just pull up just like everybody knows. I'm like, hey,
Yancey, can you
what?
see it?
Yeah,
You
I
see-
see it perfect. So I
Good.
scroll down, I go, hey, take a look at this low range. This is the 2015-18 annual income. So at 198, we covered you. So we got to get you to a two-star crown. So two-star crown, once you quit wiggling. What is that? The longest it took was somebody 58 months. The fastest somebody got there was in 5 months. So you tell me, Michael, what do you feel? Are you a go-getter or are you kind of a slacker? What is your situation?
I'm in the middle.
Okay, Michael. So really your goal is if you know, 16 months, if you stay focused on this thing, and I'm going to play conservative, 16 to 58, and I would split that difference, whatever. I'd say give yourself about 24 months, maybe 30. So 30 months to get you to where you could be replacing that income. Now you can keep your job and be working it, but apparently there's people that have done it in 5 months. I'm not suggesting that, but I would assume that that's where somebody had a whole team. They came in and went off running. But if you have 30 months, that's a little bit over 2 years it would take to replace, you know, slowly building this thing. And we would work with you on this and that. Is that something that, you know, you can foresee keeping your job where you're at currently and just, you know, building this thing part-time? And the way we do this is just by, you know, go getting 4 of your friends and getting them involved. Do you have 4 friends that you think might have an interest in this product and being able to help people?
Certainly. Yeah. If this is for real,
Yeah,
certainly.
It absolutely is. So basically what I'm telling you right here is if you look at this, even in the worst case scenario at 58 months, we would have fully replaced your job that you're currently doing. And that would also set you up for freedom of time. We would replace your time that you're doing with your current job. And you would be, your new job here can be you're your own boss. You set your own schedule, you know, and you just talk with people. And that's it.
So for most people that are out there working a regular job, an hourly wage, and they want to make $60,000, they say, look, I need to make 60,000 a year, but that's what I want. I want the freedom, and I want to have the freedom and the joy to be able to raise this check to whatever I want. How long would it take me to make 60?
It'd take you about a year.
What level are you looking at?
I'm looking at your black diamond. I always go to the low and medium and right in there. That's where I work everybody. But I also let them tell me are you a go-getter? If you're a full-on go-getter and you can go full throttle, you know, you can probably do that in right here, a blue diamond. You know, so it just depends. I let them tell me what kind of a human being they are. I don't assume they're a slacker or a go-getter or in the medium. I ask them, and then, you know, we have this up when we're talking. That's why I go to my meeting and I do it at Zoom, so I can just show them the history of what's going on. And that's where we're at. But yeah, that's how I handle that one.
Okay, so you see where in this particular chart, you all is right in our compensation plan, January 2021, or they have one for February too, but it's got the fast start all the way to consultant to diamond, and it's got the structure, and it's got the monthly commission, weekly commissions, and the bonuses and all the lifestyle bonuses, and then it's got this average income from 15 to 18. And so Yancey, would you say with the fast start bonuses that we've been experiencing with Purium in the last 6 months, they've paid out $500,000 in fast start bonuses. So would you say this average here could even go faster because the company is growing faster?
Well, okay, so the fast start's a beautiful thing. I understand that. If somebody nails a fast start, it means they're going to be cranking, so they have a little bit more focus and energy on it. It lets you know in that first handful of 90 days. It also gives them a good starting point, and it's also a good gauging point. So I ask everybody if they want to get involved with it or not. If they don't, I could see they want to move slowly. So I know they're going to be on the low end. I'm very direct. I point it out. But if I see somebody pumping hard and pushing forward, I said, you're average and above. You nailed it. So when you see those people that are rank advancing really quickly, yeah, they have chances. Those are people that are getting after it. But not everybody's there. Some people, that's why this job is great for anybody. You can get anybody there. If you're a mom with 3 kids and your husband just left you, we can get you there. It just takes time and longer. And that's where the patience comes in. Remember, stay positive, persistent, patient, and ask for help. But I only focus on the things that are important to them. I ask them. I don't.
You got to unmute, Yancy.
Oh, there you are. Sorry. Yeah. So what I was getting at is that's why this will work for anybody. I know that, when you're in, places that people spend more money towards health and staying healthy, you can sell those bigger packages. And if you can also work with people that can barely afford a Core 4, everybody can grow up this chart. It's just a matter of what they're putting into. And what you were talking about the fast start, yes, that helps you gauge it. If somebody's going to crank out the fast start, then they'll be quicker to move up the ladder. And people that can't or don't want to, they have lower drive, they're just going to be on the lower end of it, and it'll just take a lot longer. But that's where patience comes in. You can't, if somebody's cranking, awesome. If somebody's not, you still got to be patient and help them.
Fantastic, Yancy. All right, listen, anybody, can you take a couple questions, Yancy?
Yeah, absolutely. And by the way, this is just for me, my style. For those of you that are cranking in the business, you already know everybody's got their own style. So for those of you who are new, take what you can and apply it, but you are your own human being. And I know that everybody's over 18, so your instincts are good. You're still alive. You haven't died before 18. And if you're 18 and above, trust your instincts. Just ask for help. That's where and when you're asking for help, that's just somebody handing you the tools. If all of a sudden you're in a new place and you're unfamiliar, you've got to build a house and all you've done is made cakes your whole life. You got to go in, have somebody give you some tools and, hand you the proper tools and give you some training, and you're good to go.
So anybody have a question they'd like to ask Yancy? Come on, jump right in, everybody. This is a family group here.
Hey, I have a question.
Hi, Gwen, go ahead.
How do you approach just anybody?
Hi.
Hi, can you hear me?
Hi.
Oh, sorry. No, I mean yes, hello. Hi, and then you go from, what would you say is the best question to ask?
How are you? Gwen, see, so here we all get in our own way, period,
Yeah.
in general. So it's really simple. It's no different than you're an incredible human being. We all are. And you just be you. Okay. And if you're shy, just wherever. The great thing is you start off by talking to people your original handful will probably be most likely be people that or somebody they knew. Your center of influence at the very beginning. Then what happens is it goes off and starts running. Now you get introduced to people that you don't know because of what you have, of who they know, and you start helping them. So once you find somebody, you're just going to start helping them, and then it just keeps building on its own. This is not the bottom line. Is this job is a whole bunch of people doing a little bit.
In Gwen's case, so you said, so I understand this, that she's going to go after her center of influence as the first, we'll say the first, on a seat, we have, on a bench, you have 3 pillars, you have 3 legs, right? So right. One of her legs would be her center of influence.
I know where you're going. Okay, so you want to know about lead generation. Okay, Mike, thank you. All right, you got me. I'll keep going. All right, so Gwen, you're going to need 3 to 4. In this business, you probably only need 3, but I tell everybody 7. You're going to want to have 7, and this company likes the word pillars. I use spokes. You're going to want to have 7, I would say 7 lead generating sources. Number 1 is your center of influence. The reason you want 7 is when you got a whole wheel going, or if you have 7 pillars, they're holding up the building. When one falls down and you still have 6 pillars, the building doesn't fall down or the wheel doesn't collapse. So that's why you'll generate them, but you build them one at a time. So the first one's your center of influence, people you know and trust. And you can just start talking to them just like you would any other day. In your case, you told me you love hiking and learning things. So hiking, and once you got your center of influence where it's working and you're talking to people, and you got to set up your own daily minimum standards. Michael just made me dive deeper into this. So here you go. So now I guess you're recording this. So you're going to set up your daily minimum standards. All right, let me backtrack. Let's just say you were this person that wanted to make $200,000 a year. We now know your end goal for the year. Then we break it down to the month. Then I break it down to what we need to do in the week and then by the day. So what you need to do each day to reach your weekly goal, to reach your monthly goal, to get to your goal at the end of the year. So on your daily minimum standards, you're going to reach out to your center of influence. Your next one is going to be hiking. But first you have to get your center of influence going and staying consistent. So you'll make a list of 25 people. And, to get through that list in a month, what is that? It's you got to talk to less than one person a day. Totally doable. And then you got to follow up with the ones that have interest. And I always ask everybody, here's the deal. If you're not where you want to be, it's only because you haven't found enough people to help at a high enough level. That's it. So you have to go out and find more people. So center of influence is one, because you also mentioned that you want to help as many people as you can. So you just got to talk to people. Now, for those that are shy and like to hide through Instagram and all the other stuff, that is another wonderful tool. That could be your second tool, your lead generation. But you said you liked hiking. So I would send you off hiking and invite a friend with you. Talk to strangers on the hill, just whatever you're comfortable with, because everybody has their own level. So you just find what's in for you. And then learning, I would figure out what you want to learn. Now you could turn this into the rest of your spokes, because you can make it be 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. You could pick a subject, a topic. Let's say I'm just going to here, Gwen, are you there? Tell me what you want to learn. Tell me the things you'd like to study learning.
I like to learn about different types of mushrooms,
Okay.
psychedelics.
Okay. Of course, that's fine. So now surround yourself, that's how the way you learn is you surround yourself with either books, things like that. So you just got to find ways to put yourself around talking to people. You can find groups on the Instagram, things like that, opening up discussions. This is a relationship building business. So you would set yourself up mushrooms. So what else do you like? That could be a spoke. What else do you like doing to learn about?
Let's see. Different muscle groups.
Muscle groups. Okay. So you got to surround yourself with people who are knowledgeable about muscle groups. So and it would just go on. Since you could build your entire thing off of learning. You could just go get yourself learning about everything you want to do and being around people and communicating, whether it's social media wise or face to face, however you like to do it, what's comfortable for you. But that'll get you asking questions to people and engaging. And so as you do that, you're building relationships, and then you can share, you find creative ways to share, your business and finding people that need help. I go by the business opportunity. So I'm always asking people, thank you for sharing me. Okay, let's just say I took a mushroom class. Oh my gosh, teacher such and such. Hey, I can't, Professor Mushroom. Thank you so much for taking the time to share with me. I would just want to share a quick moment. Let me ask you, if you had to do something, or what is your next business that you'd like to do? Are you happy with talking about mushrooms, or are you making enough money? I would just ask people. I just start asking them, let them tell me. I just ask questions.
Okay, yeah, I'm a little shy, so I definitely.
That's okay. You can be totally shy. Just so you know, I'm 100%. I'm a full-on introvert. And the only reason I'm here talking is because of just practice and talking to people. So it's okay. Being an introvert, you might have to tweak it a little bit, but we got all kinds of tricks. Whoever's your upline, they got tricks to teach you how to talk to people. But like I say, there's a place for everyone. Even if you told me you hated the entire world, but you had one friend, we could build you a business off of this.
Mm-hmm. Okay, this gives me a lot of inspiration and help.
Yeah. So ask for help. That's where your upline comes in. They will understand what's going on with you, and they'll work with your personality, and they will help you cross over any hurdles you have, because they have all the tools. And if they don't, the person above them does. And if they don't, that's what's great about this. This goes all the way up.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
There you go.
I appreciate that.
You got it. So that's where the lead sources come in. Lead generation is probably the easiest thing out there, but you have to, create leads and follow up. And be patient. That's where patience comes in.
Well, thanks for that, for participating, Gwen. Anyone else? Who else has a question for Yancy? We got 5 more minutes.
I have a question about, here, I'll turn my video on. Hello.
Hey, how are you?
Hi, good. I have a question about placement, customer placement, brand partner placement. So I have 3 brand partners, or no, I have 2 brand partners, and one of them has a brand partner. And would I put a customer, so a customer is coming in to utilize the group volume and all of that, would I put a customer under the last person to join my team? They're all working, so they're all creating their own leads and doing all the right things and getting people on. But I'm just curious about that. Does that make sense?
Yeah, totally. For me, placement, I believe you need to introduce everybody and see who gels with who. Period. As far as like mathematically, you might want to ask Raw, and I don't know Raw that well, but it looks like he's pretty systematic. I don't know if you're in his group or not. Michael might be a good one to ask him, but you see, I'll leave it up to them. But me, from here on out, I will no longer place anybody randomly. I will introduce everyone, because I have found that random placements, there's no relationship and it just fades away. And then I'm building it all. So proper introduction is key for my group.
Go ahead, Lucy.
I'm going to answer that. You cannot place customers underneath anybody. Customer will stay in your first level. Customer will stay in your first level and you cannot place them. You're in the very beginning stage of your building the business. No, everybody goes on your first level. And the reason is because but to get to the top of the compensation plan, the very top of the compensation plan, you're going to need 3 teams. But what about if you start with 3 teams only and one of the teams just takes the protection witness and just leaves, and then you end up with 2 only? No, you want to have all your main leaders minimum. I used to say 3, not anymore. And I'm talking about, I'm giving you my experience and honest. No, you want to have probably 7, because if one disappears, you still have 6. And if the other 2 disappears, you can still go to the very top compensation plan because you have 4. And if the 4th one disappears, you have 3 main legs, and you can get to the top, to the royal crown, to 3 main legs. So placement, very careful when you web placement, people. No, keep it on your first level, and customers always in the first level. If somebody else has another advice, please turn off your microphone.
Well, I just want to throw out, Annie, you always want to work with your success team, your support team above you, because everybody in network marketing has a different philosophy on placing people under people. Some people do not believe it, and it's been a hindrance to their business. But if you have customers, you're making 20 to 25% off of a customer. If you were even to give that customer away to somebody and let that other person below have that customer, now you're just making 5% of the BV. And you know what? I think with the gift card marketing, every brand partner should be able to build 5, 6, 7 customers as a foundational for their business. And if you're duplicating that with 3 brand partners, if you look at like Yancy's been talking about duplication, and so was Ra in the beginning of this call. If people are looking to make money to be a brand partner, that's usually why people want to become a brand partner, to add another stream of income to their life. So you really want to develop your customers. And because if you have 10 customers and they order every other month, you've got 5 customers maybe ordering 200 or 300. that you're making a nice commission off of. And then your brand partners, I always say, if I'm going to eat a couple $100 worth of Purium every month, and I'm going to build 5 customers, I think I can teach 3 people to do that. I can teach 3 brand partners to duplicate that concept. And many of them, like people on this call, can get 20 customers, 30, 40, 50. Some 5 is a great number to start with. And then you teach people, well, if I can use my gift card marketing to get 5 customers, and I know 3 people that want to make money that can eat superfoods a couple hundred a month and get 5 customers. So again, that's a duplicatable concept, and you might want 4 brand partners. You might want 5, and it's something that you'll find out for yourself. But you definitely want 3 active legs really growing. That's a must with the way this comp plan is written. Any other questions? We got time for one more. Jans.
I don't think there's that many questions because Yanci's system is so simple. And I just want to say that it comes with experience, a lifetime of experience. And the way I'm listening to it, we all can build an entire business off of what he said in the last half hour. Like if we just can do what he said very, very simply and teach people the simplicity of saying hi to people, asking them eventually in conversation, are you happy with what you're doing? What are 2 things you're looking for in your next business venture? And then 2 days later, introduce them to the business plan or get them on a 3-way call with your upline. Like this is the entire thing. And he's got it so broken down and so simple. And so I just appreciate you sharing that with everyone, Yancy. And I want to just invite everyone to take a second look at the notes that you took during this call, because this is where it's all at.
Thank you, Ra, for that. And y'all, I've been rapping with Yancy. I do a noon call 2 or 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And it's like this call is recorded. Now, some of you will take the time to go just speed forward and listen to what Yancy said, maybe listen to it 3 or 4 times, because what I have found out in life is the simple things slip by me. The simple things kind of slip by. And I would recommend that if you really delve into the simplicity of the comments that Raj just said about what Yancy just shared with us, your business, you'll take on a different attitude by keeping it that simple for yourself. So so on that note, anybody want to say anything to Yancy before we close it off? Well, I
want to say, Jancy, thank you so much. Ra is 100% absolutely right. I know myself, I'm going to go and listen it again because I have to listen it like 10 times before I get it. And I'll put it as soon as the recording is done, and in Zoom, I'll put it on the Love team. And thank you so much. Was like awesome. I think I already knew most of this stuff because over the years, but it's like a refreshing, and now I have to listen it again and again and again. And thank you. And before I go, and I'll let you close the call, Yancy, but I want to share the screen and I want to mark your calendars. This is on the Love team, okay? They're going to be different get-togethers around the country, if I say, but here in California is going to be August 8th. And then it's going to be in Long Beach, okay? And then on September 17th to the 18th, if you want to come over here, it's going to be in Los Angeles business training and a birthday party for Amy. So don't miss that, 17 and 18, okay? And then in Florida, they're going to be October 22 and 23rd, okay? And the Diamond Club in November. If you're not a diamond yet, get to diamond so that way you can be in this incredible diamond club. It's so much fun. It's a lot to learn. And the trainers are, I'm assuming they're going to be, one of them is going to be probably Ra and Sima. I don't know, but I'm assuming they're going to be at the diamond club. And don't miss that, please. They're going to pay for 2 days at the hotel and all your meals. Once that you get to the hotel, you had to pay for your flight, but it's going to be a lot of fun. And it's going to be the first one since like a couple of years ago. Please take a look at this at the team and the Love team and Facebook. Okay, that's what I have to say.
Well, and I would like to add to that, that this Diamond Club, for those of you that have made Diamond over this last year and a half since this pandemic, you want to register immediately and let them know you're coming, because it's going to be a lot more diamonds there should be a lot of diamonds there. So I don't know what their plan is, but they also will they usually have, depending on what's going on with the pandemic in November, they usually have a tour of the facility at the company as well. So we'll see if that happens, but you basically get to spend 2 days with Dave and Amy and whatever crowns are there. So it's a very intimate, fun couple days. And there's parties at night, dancing, having fun. So it's really a blast. So on that note, y'all.
And keep an eye for registration. They are going to send you an email inviting you. So as soon as you get the email, answer right away, because the rooms are limited. So you want to get your room. You get your own room. You're not going to share with anybody. You get your own room at with the company's paying for. Okay. So right away, as soon as you see the email, answer right away and let me know. I know Rose is coming, so she's staying upstairs. So we'll see if we have somebody else after.
Okay. So
from outside. Okay.
So, just so you know, most companies do not invest the kind of money in diamonds at the diamond level of leadership when they to put on an event and pay for what it costs them for the diamonds to be here. You come in at your own cost, but your hotel's paid for 2 nights, and it's usually a great hotel right on the beach, and the food, eating out, restaurants. So it's really fantastic couple days. And really, again, the intimacy of getting to know Dave and Amy and the crowns that are there, you can't miss it. So, I've said this before, but this is the fastest growing team in Purium. With all the leaders that you heard on this call, people like Ra, Seema, Yancy, JP, Rose, Lucy, Christopher Taylor,
Americano.
all these folks that are just coming on, and our group, their groups are growing, their teams are growing, JP. So just know that you're on a great team. Take advantage of your support team and connect with them, and make sure you introduce all your new people to the support team. And on that note, I want to thank Ra for opening up the call and sharing with this new pack that we have. And also Barbara is a new great leader. We got Ezra in Europe. So there's lots of great people in Purium here leading the way. So I want to give Yancy, first of all, I'm going to let Yancy close out the call. And when he's done, let's unmute and give him a big round of applause for taking the time to share with us his information today. Hi, Jans.
Hey. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. And just one quick little layout. I didn't come up with any of this stuff. They say that if the student's ready, the teacher shows up. So it's amazing what you find on YouTube and out there. So, and a lot of this stuff I had, from real estate. Tim and Julie were coaches that trained me some stuff. So that's me giving them a little street cred for that. And, the positive, persistent, patient, ask for help. I was like, what can I tell these people? And this showed up just a few days ago when I was hanging out, talking to somebody, and it led to something and again, it was on YouTube. So, there's all these great little things, and whatever resonates with you, that's what's phenomenal about this business, is that it can be done from any angle, whoever you are, so what resonates with you and how you can push forward and get creative, you can make this. That's why my team is called Anyone. And it came from this group because I realized that I've been given a tool that anyone can use and gain freedom at whatever level they need it, whether it's massive or a little bit. But that's why it is called Anyone. So I know a lot of you guys have like Triple Dragon, Phoenix Rising, Crossing, Earthbound, whatever. You got all, mine is pretty plain and Jane. Anyone can do this and we'll show you. So that's it. So thank you guys for everything. I appreciate it. The simplicity of this business that I put the last few months learning about, I have to give credit to Raw, because I know I can see him looking up now, because I called Raw and he told me he was extremely busy, but he took a moment to share a few things. And I got to dive into it and I looked up some stuff and he gave me my first steps, even though he was slammed. But I got off the phone and said, and forgive my language, but I was like, fuck, I don't want to do this. If you're going to be that busy, this job sounds hard. So I went on a 3-month sabbatical of figuring out how to make this as easy as I possibly could. And this is what I came up with. So thank you, Raw, for the motivation.
Fantastic. Well, thank you, Yancey. And Lucy, thank Lucy for putting these calls together every week and all the effort she puts in. She's the crown in our team, in my family. So bottom line is, let's unmute everybody and give Yancey a big round of applause, please.
All righty,
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
That's awesome.
Appreciate it. Thank you, guys. Have a great weekend.
Thank you.
Bless everybody. Blessings.
Thank you.
Mm.